Should you lift fast or should you lift slow? That is the question, and this video is the answer. A lot of people say that it's important to just lift fast. You see them lifting fast, and that there's a reason why lifting fast is good, and there's a reason why lifting slower can be beneficial as well. In this video, I want to show you how to get the best of both worlds so you can make the most gains in the least amount of time. We all know that to build muscle, you have to lift heavy, but there's a counter argument that the more time under tension, the more time the muscle is under tension, the more muscle stimulation is produced. Both are right, but let's look at some of the science. When you lift fast, you recruit more type 2 muscle fibers. And these are the muscle fibers that are responsible for size, the fast twitch muscle fibers. When you lift slow, you're going to recruit more type 1 muscle fibers, and those will not gain as much size, or at least not as quickly. However, if you're lifting fast all the time, you're not getting the time under tension nor the contraction needed to really stimulate muscle growth. This is how I lift to get the best of both worlds. What I do is I lift fast on the positive portion of the exercise because I want to recruit the most amount of muscle fibers, more specifically the type 2 muscle fibers that are going to gain the most size, right? But then here's the thing, I control the weight on the negative or the eccentric part of the movement. I try not to accentuate the negative too much because you're lifting the weights, you're not lowering the weights. A good rule of thumb is to lower the weight at twice the speed that you lifted the weight. So if you're doing bench press, you want to power up and then lower it in a controlled manner. Just think about controlling it in the negative. That's going to help you get the time and attention, but more importantly, it's going to prevent gravity from lowering the weight for you. You'll stimulate more muscle growth because you're controlling it coming down and you're not just letting gravity do it. Because if you just let gravity do it, well then guess what? Your muscle is not under what? Tension. So if I do a bicep curl, bam, power up, but then just drop it, right? I release all the tension from my bicep. But by controlling the weight coming down, the target muscles remain under tension, and then I power back up. Another reason that's important is because it helps prevent injury, right? If you're doing a bench press and you slam it on your chest, well, you're gonna crack your damn sternum. Or if you're throwing the weights around in the gym, you're gonna get some sort of injury. We call them form transmitted diseases. These are like, pulled muscles, sprains, things of that nature. These are injuries that could have been prevented had you been lifted with proper form. If you're lifting all crazy and all wild, I don't think about lifting weights as lifting weights. And I learned this from my boy Ben Bukowski, pro bodybuilder. You want to think about contracting the muscle under tension. So bam, hold there for contraction for a second and then control the weight down and continue. Now, you'll see some guys say, man, you just gotta lift heavy, and they're swinging the weights up. The problem is, yeah, they're lifting heavy, but their bicep is not lifting more weight. It's like, what muscle are you targeting? If you're trying to target the bicep and you're lifting all crazy, well, because you want to lift heavy. Yeah, you're lifting heavy, but your bicep is not lifting heavy. If I'm moving my back when I curl, swinging, well, my lower back is lifting the weight, not my bicep. But if I keep my form good, I like to keep my elbows tucked in as if they were pinned to my side and not swing my back at all. Right? You're not going to lift as much, but your bicep will lift as much. And I know, Arnold did cheat curls. Yeah, but Arnold also used something called an arm blaster, where he would put it on and then lift like this, to keep proper form, right? And then at the end, he might do some cheat curls or something like that. And that's okay for like your last few reps or something. But some of you guys are doing all cheat curls and wondering why you're not getting bigger biceps, because you're not working your biceps when you're doing cheat curls. I mean, you're working them some, for sure. But you're working your lower back. If you're lifting your elbows, you're working your front delts. Power up, really squeeze that muscle, contract for a second, and then just control it coming down. Don't accentuate the eccentric portion of the exercise, because one of the worst parts of really accentuating the eccentric is you'll get more sore. I believe that frequency, being able to train often, I think you should be training your muscle 2 to 3 times a week for maximum hypertrophy if you're a natural. Bodybuilders, pro bodybuilders, and all these guys, they do splits because they're on roids, right? But you and I have to get more frequency, because when you lift the weight, you stimulate what's called protein synthesis, right? And that's in layman's terms, muscle growth, okay? And in a natural lifter, protein synthesis only lasts for about 48 hours max. That's why I do full body workouts every other day, or I work out every day and alternate between upper body and lower body. I think that's best for naturals. The reason the pros do splits is because performance enhancing drugs extend protein synthesis. So when they work a body part once a week, they're not missing out on 5 days of muscle growth and protein synthesis the way we are. That's why you shouldn't accentuate it too much, because you don't want to be too sore that you can't work out that muscle 2 to 3 times a week. So to recap, I like to explode up because that's going to recruit the most muscle fibers, specifically the type 2 muscle fibers. Contract for a second, because remember, you're contracting the muscle under tension, and then control the weight down on the negative. Just control it to keep proper form and to get some more time under tension, and keep proper form so you don't get injuries, and so you actually work the target muscle, and do that until performance failure. I don't say go to failures you can't do anymore. I say go to performance failure. What I mean by that is you lift until you can't lift anymore with exquisite form. Arnold did all types of shit, man. If you do drugs, you can do all types of stuff. Arnold's my man, right? I'm not dissing him, but like, you know, if you do drugs, you can do all types of stuff, man. I saw a guy on Angel Dust once run 20 blocks butt naked. You're not doing that without drugs. Obviously, rep schemes are important and diet is important. All that stuff is kind of beyond the scope of this video. I've talked about it in other videos, and I'll talk about it in more videos to come. Hey, if you like this one, hit the like button. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram, King Keto. I give tons of tips on there. If you watch my stories every day, you can actually see the workouts, and I give tons of tips on my Instagram stories. I also have another YouTube channel, it's a daily vlog channel, and that's where I talk more about like business stuff, if that's something you're interested in too. So the links to all that would be in the description. Hey, let me know some of your fitness tips. Comment below. All right, love you guys. Peace.